A Christmas Carol. What if 3 more ghosts tried to keep Scrooge corrupt? Chapter 1. Marley's Warning and the Other Voices. There are men who grow colder with age, just as there are houses in which every winter seems to leave a little frost behind. The frost settles first upon the windows, then creeps beneath the doors, then enters the walls and floorboards, until at last no fire, however cheerful, can persuade the place to remember summer. Ebenezer Scrooge was such a man, and such a house combined. He carried winter with him. It sharpened his nose, thinned his lips, stiffened his gait, and shone blue and hard in his eyes. It followed him into his counting house, where it chilled his clerk in July and nearly froze him solid in December. It sat beside him at dinner, walked behind him through the streets, and slept at the foot of his bed. No wind was bitterer than Scrooge, because the wind sometimes changed its mind. No snow was less charitable, because snow at least covered the poor and rich alike. 7 years had passed since the death of Jacob Marley, Scrooge's partner in business, and so far as could be determined, his nearest approximation to a friend. Scrooge had signed the burial register. He had signed it with an excellent hand, for Scrooge's signature was good for anything involving money, property, debt, or death. Indeed, had Marley attempted to deny his own decease, Scrooge might have produced the document and charged him a modest fee for examining it. Marley was dead. Scrooge was alive. And on the afternoon of Christmas Eve, the second condition appeared to give Scrooge very little more pleasure than the first. His counting house stood behind a narrow door in a court so dark that daylight entered it reluctantly and departed early. Scrooge sat in his private room with the door open, that he might keep his eye upon his clerk, Bob Cratchit, who copied letters beside a fire so small that it might have been mistaken for a glowing apology. Scrooge's own fire was not much larger, but Scrooge regarded warmth as he regarded generosity, useful in strict moderation and dangerous when encouraged. Outside, the fog pressed its yellow face against the windows. People hurried through the court, beating their hands against their chests and stamping their feet upon the stones. Shop windows glimmered through the gloom. Chestnut sellers called from the corners. Boys sang fragments of carols until the cold or some unfriendly householder drove them elsewhere. Bob Cratchit paused in his copying. He had heard singing. It was only a few voices from the street, thin but cheerful. God rest ye merry, gentlemen. Cratchit. Bob's pen returned to the paper so quickly that it left a black scratch across the account. Yes, sir. Am I paying you to conduct a choir? No, sir. Then I recommend that you cease listening as if you were. Yes, Mr. Scrooge. Bob bent over his work. Yet a minute later the faintest smile appeared upon his face, for the song had continued down the street without requiring Scrooge's permission. The outer door opened with such force that a gust of fog entered before the visitor did. A Merry Christmas, Uncle. Scrooge looked up and frowned at his nephew Fred, who came in glowing from the cold. Fred's cheeks were red, his eyes bright, and his whole person seemed to carry enough warmth to raise the temperature of the counting house by several degrees. Bah, said Scrooge, humbug. Christmas a humbug, cried Fred. You do not mean that. I mean precisely what I say. Merry Christmas. What right have you to be merry? You are poor enough. What right have you to be miserable? Fred returned, laughing. You are rich enough. Scrooge's frown deepened. A remark of this kind was especially offensive because it cost nothing and could not be entered against Fred in a ledger. Come, Uncle, Fred continued, dine with us tomorrow. No. You have not heard what we are having. No. My wife has planned. No. There will be games. No. And friends. Worse. Fred rested his hands upon the back of a chair. Why did you marry? Because I fell in love. Because you fell in love, Scrooge muttered, as though Fred had confessed to falling into a sewer. "Good afternoon." "I want nothing from you, uncle. I ask nothing of you. Why can we not be friends?" "Good afternoon. I am sorry with all my heart to find you so determined, but I shall keep my Christmas humor to the last. So, a Merry Christmas, uncle." "Good afternoon. And a Happy New Year." "Good afternoon." Fred laughed again, wished Bob Cratchit a Merry Christmas, and disappeared into the fog. Bob, forgetting himself, answered warmly. Scrooge looked through the open door. Bob coughed into his hand and resumed copying. "He will spend tomorrow eating what he cannot afford," said Scrooge, "in a house he cannot afford, surrounded by children and friends who will one day cost him more than he can afford. And he calls that happiness." Bob said nothing. Scrooge looked down at his ledger. For one brief instant, however, the figures appeared to have arranged themselves into Fred's smiling face. He blinked, and they became figures again. Shortly afterward, two substantial gentlemen entered the counting-house. They were pleasant-faced men, carrying papers and books beneath their arms. Removing their hats, they bowed to Scrooge. "Scrooge and Marley's, I believe." "Scrooge's," Scrooge corrected. "Marley has been dead 7 years." "Ah, on this very night, if I am not mistaken." "You are not. At this festive season, Mr. Scrooge, it is more than usually desirable that some provision should be made for the poor and destitute. Many thousands lack common comforts. Hundreds of thousands lack even the most basic necessities. Are there no prisons?" "Plenty of prisons." "And the workhouses?" "They remain in operation." "The treadmill and the poor law are active then?" "Both very busy, sir." "I am relieved to hear it. From what you said at first, I feared something had occurred to stop them." The gentlemen exchanged a glance. "Those institutions provide little Christian comfort," said one. "We are raising a fund to purchase food and fuel for the poor. What amount may we put you down for?" "Nothing." "You wish to remain anonymous." "I wish to be left alone." Scrooge closed his ledger with a snap. "I do not make myself merry at Christmas, and I cannot afford to make idle people merry. I support the establishments I have mentioned through taxation, and they cost enough. Those who are badly off must go there." "Many cannot go there. Many would rather die." "If they would rather die," said Scrooge, "they had better do it and reduce the surplus population." The words settled upon the room. Even Scrooge seemed to hear them after he had finished speaking, as if another man had said them from a great distance. For a moment, the fog beyond the window grew darker. Something moved within it. It seemed to Scrooge that a pale face had appeared against the glass, not the face of a beggar or a passer-by, but a thin and exhausted face wrapped in grave clothes. Then a cart rolled through the court, its wheels grinding upon the stones, and the face was gone. Scrooge turned back to the gentlemen. "Good afternoon." They left without another word. Bob Cratchit wrote more slowly than before. "What are you staring at?" Scrooge demanded. "Nothing, sir." "A profitable occupation, no doubt. You have always possessed a talent for it." The remaining hours passed beneath the heavy pressure of the fog. At last the clock struck 7. Bob extinguished his candle and reached for his hat. "You will want all day tomorrow, I suppose," said Scrooge. "If quite convenient, sir." "It is not convenient, nor is it fair. If I stopped half a crown from your wages, you would think yourself ill-used." Bob smiled weakly. "And yet," Scrooge continued, "you do not think me ill-used when I pay a day's wages for no work." "It is only once a year, sir." "A poor excuse for picking a man's pocket every 25th of December. Be here all the earlier the next morning." "Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Mary." Bob stopped. Scrooge raised one eyebrow. "Good night, Mr. Scrooge." "Good night." Bob hurried away. He slid once upon the ice in the street, recovered himself, and ran toward Camden Town as if his family waited at the finish of a race. Scrooge watched him go. 15 shillings a week, he muttered, and a wife and children. The man has chosen his own difficulties and expects the rest of the world to admire him for enduring them. He locked the counting-house and went to dine alone. Scrooge always dined alone. He knew that solitude was economical. A man dining with others might be expected to offer them some portion of his food, his attention, or his affection. Scrooge had carefully avoided all three. After dinner, he read the newspapers in his usual tavern. He examined his bank book. He took a bowl of thin gruel, which he considered quite sufficient for any person who had not performed manual labor, and set off for home. The fog had thickened. The streets had become a city of shadows. Lamps appeared as blurred yellow circles floating in the dark. Horses emerged without warning and vanished again. Footsteps sounded close at hand where no person could be seen. Scrooge's rooms occupied a gloomy suite in an ancient building at the end of a courtyard. They had once belonged to Marley. No one else lived in the great house. The other chambers had long ago been turned into offices, and at night the building stood empty enough to dream its own bad dreams. Scrooge crossed the courtyard and stopped at the door. The knocker was a large one, though not remarkable. It had served the building faithfully for years without once becoming anything other than a knocker. But that night, as Scrooge placed his key in the lock, the brass changed beneath his gaze. It was no longer a knocker. It was Marley's face. Not hidden in shadow, not resembling Marley by accident. It was Marley as plainly as Scrooge had ever seen him. The same spectacles pushed upon the forehead, the same gray hair, the same restless eyes. The face was not angry. It was not threatening. It looked exhausted. Its mouth opened. Ebenezer. Scrooge stepped back. The face became a knocker again. He stared at it, gripping his key. Humbug. But the word lacked its usual authority. Scrooge unlocked the door and entered. He lit a candle and looked behind the door, as though Marley might be waiting there with the intention of claiming some unpaid account. There was nothing. Scrooge shut the door and locked it. Then he locked it again. He crossed the hall, climbed the wide staircase, and inspected every room in his apartment. Sitting room empty. Bedroom empty. Small storage room empty. Closet empty. Under the table, nothing. Behind the curtains, nothing. Beneath the bed, nothing but dust, which Scrooge accepted because removing it would have required paying someone. Satisfied or nearly satisfied, he closed his bedroom door, locked it, and put on his dressing gown and slippers. He placed his gruel before the fire and sat down. The fire was very low. Upon the wall hung an old bell connected with a chamber at the top of the house. The bell had not been used for years. As Scrooge raised the spoon to his lips, the bell moved. Only a little at first. It trembled as though disturbed by a distant footstep. Then it swung harder. It began to ring. Every bell in the house answered it. From the rooms below, from the passages overhead, from the abandoned offices and empty stairways came a wild clamor of bells. They rang loudly for half a minute, then stopped together. Scrooge's spoon remained suspended before his mouth. From the cellar came a metallic sound. Clank. Scrooge lowered the spoon. Clank. Something was dragging itself across the floor below. Clank. It reached the foot of the staircase. The sound began to ascend. Scrooge knew it before he saw it. He knew the dragging of the chain. He knew the slow, impossible tread. He knew, with a certainty that seemed to rise from his bones, who was coming. The locked door flew open. Jacob Marley passed through it. The same face Scrooge had seen upon the knocker appeared above a waistcoat coat, boots, and breeches that Scrooge remembered perfectly. A long chain wound about Marley's body. It was made of cash boxes, keys, padlocks, ledgers, purses, and deeds, all forged in heavy steel. Scrooge stared at the apparition. "How now?" he said, forcing strength into his voice. "What do you want with me?" "Much." Marley's voice seemed to come from the room, and from far beneath the earth at once. "Who are you?" "Ask me who I was." "Who were you then?" "In life, I was your partner, Jacob Marley." Scrooge looked carefully at the chair opposite him. "Can you sit down?" "I can." "Do it then." The ghost sat. Scrooge disliked this. He would have preferred Marley to pass through the chair or hover above it. Sitting made the ghost appear too much like a visitor who intended to remain. "You do not believe in me," said Marley. "I do not." "What evidence would convince you?" "I do not know." "Why do you doubt your senses?" "Because they are easily affected. A slight disorder of the stomach makes them unreliable. You may be an undigested piece of beef, a fragment of underdone potato, or a crumb of cheese. There is more gravy than grave about you." Scrooge attempted a laugh. The laugh died almost as soon as it was born. Marley rose and gave a terrible cry. He lifted his chain and shook it with such violence that the room seemed filled with the sound of iron gates and prison doors. Scrooge fell upon his knees. "Mercy," he cried. "Dreadful apparition, why do you trouble me? Do you believe in me?" "I do, I must, but why do spirits walk the earth? Why do you come to me?" "It is required of every man," Marley said, "that the spirit within him should travel among his fellow creatures and share in their joy and grief. If that spirit does not go forth in life, it is condemned to do so after death. It must wander through the world and witness what it can no longer touch." Marley raised the chain. "I wear the chain I forged in life. I made it link by link and yard by yard. I fastened it willingly, and of my own free will I wore it. Is its pattern strange to you?" Scrooge trembled. "Jacob, speak comfort to me." "I have none to give." "You were always a good man of business." "Business?" cried Marley. The chain struck the floor. "Mankind was my business. Charity, patience, mercy, and kindness were my business. The transactions of our counting house were but a drop of water in the ocean of my business." He turned toward the dark window. "At this time of year I suffer most. I passed hungry people with my eyes upon the ground. I heard children ask for bread and considered whether their parents deserved assistance. I believed that because I had not created their misery, I bore no responsibility for it." Marley looked back at Scrooge. "The world does not ask whether a man has caused every sorrow he encounters. It asks what he does when sorrow stands before him." Scrooge thought of the two gentlemen. He thought of the face in the fog. "But why come to me?" he whispered. "I am here to warn you. You still have a chance of escaping my fate." "You were always a good friend," said Scrooge. "Thank you." "You will be haunted by 3 spirits." Scrooge's expression fell. "I think I would rather not. Without their visits, you cannot avoid the path I tread. Expect the first when the bell strikes 1. Could I not take them all at once and have it over with? Expect the second on the following night at the same hour. The third will come upon the next night when the final stroke of 12 has ceased to sound." Marley moved toward the window. "Jacob," said Scrooge, scrambling to his feet. "Wait, tell me one thing. Am I certain to change?" The ghost stopped. Scrooge swallowed. "If I see what they show me, if I hear what they say, am I certain to become another man?" "No." The answer was quiet. Scrooge stared at him. "But you said I had a chance." "A chance is not a promise." "Then the visions may accomplish nothing." "They may. The spirits may fail. They have failed before." A colder fear entered Scrooge than any he had yet felt. Why? Because no spirit can make a choice for a living man. Marley approached the window. It opened of its own accord and freezing air rushed into the room. Outside, the night was filled with restless shapes. Ghosts drifted through the fog, bound in chains of every size and fashion. Some had been known to Scrooge in life. He saw an old banker chained to an iron safe. He saw a merchant reaching toward a homeless mother and child, but unable to touch them. He saw a wealthy gentleman weeping because he could no longer give away the food that spoiled upon the table of his empty house. Their cries filled the air. Marley stepped onto the sill. "Remember what has passed between us." "Jacob." Marley turned. For an instant, his exhausted face softened. "Fight for yourself, Ebenezer. There will be others fighting for what remains of you." Before Scrooge could ask what he meant, Marley floated out into the night. The wandering spirits gathered around him, and all were swallowed by the fog. Scrooge shut the window. He examined the door through which Marley had entered. It remained double-locked. The bolts were undisturbed. He tried to say humbug, but managed only the first sound. The house was silent again. Scrooge stood beside the dying fire and told himself that he had dreamed. He told himself that exhaustion, fog, and poor digestion had combined against him. He told himself that dead men did not walk, bells did not ring alone, and locked doors did not admit visitors. He repeated these facts several times. They became less convincing with each repetition. At last, overcome by weariness, he went to bed without undressing. He pulled the curtains tightly around him and placed his watch upon the table. Within minutes he slept. The fire sank lower. The coals shifted and collapsed. Darkness gathered in the corners of the room. Then something in that darkness moved. It had been present while Marley spoke. It had listened to every word. A shape drew itself from the shadow near the fireplace. It was tall and broad, though its outline changed whenever the coals glowed. It wore the suggestion of a fine coat, soft gloves, and a comfortable expression. Its face was pale and smooth. Its eyes did not blink. It looked at the sleeping man with the calm affection of a physician examining a favorite patient. "So," it said, "Jacob has warned him." The voice was warm. That warmth was the worst thing about it. Another shape stirred near the window. This one was smaller and bent, with a gray face pinched by old injuries. A dull red light smoldered upon its brow. "He reminded him of suffering," said the gray shape. "That was unwise." "Not necessarily." A third presence stood at the foot of the bed. Of the three, it looked least like anything at all. It was a narrow emptiness in the room, darker than shadow, wrapped in what might have been a robe. Where a face should have been, there was only a depth into which the light refused to enter. It said nothing. The warm spirit glanced toward it. "We have time." The gray one looked upon Scrooge and curled its thin hands. "He is remembering already. The schoolroom, his father, the years alone." "Then remind him properly," said the warm spirit. "Memory is harmless until someone gives it meaning." The gray spirit smiled. The expression contained no pleasure. It was the smile of an accountant who had discovered an old debt and calculated the interest. "Christmas past will show him the wounds," it said. "I shall tell him whom to blame." "And when Christmas present shows him suffering," said the warm one, "I shall teach him that another person's pain is not his responsibility." Both turned toward the silent darkness at the foot of the bed. The third shape raised its head. From within its hood came a whisper so faint that it might have been the last breath of a dying man. "And when he sees the future, I shall show him that it is too late." The sleeping Scrooge shifted uneasily. The warm spirit placed one pale finger against its lips. "Gently," it said. "There is no need to frighten him. Fear may wake a man, and we do not want Ebenezer Scrooge awake." "What do we want?" asked the gray spirit, though it knew the answer. "We want him comfortable." The gray spirit's red brow grew brighter. "We want him angry." The darkness at the foot of the bed seemed to widen. "We want him hopeless." The three gathered around Scrooge. "We need not persuade him to become worse," said the warm spirit. "That is difficult work and unnecessary. We need only persuade him to remain exactly as he is." Scrooge murmured in his sleep. The church clock began to move toward the quarter. "Three spirits come to save one old man," the warm spirit continued. "How earnest they are, how bright, how exhausting." "They have memory," said the gray one. "We have resentment." "They have compassion." "We have comfort." "They have possibility," whispered the hooded darkness. "And you," said the warm spirit, inclining its head, "have despair." The fire gave a final flicker. For one instant the three spirits appeared clearly upon the walls, their shadows stretching toward the bed. Then the fire went out. The room became still. But the voices remained. They entered Scrooge's sleep and hid themselves among his own thoughts, where they would be difficult to recognize and harder still to resist. The clock struck the quarter, then the half hour, then 3/4. Scrooge awoke suddenly. He sat upright inside the curtained bed, his heart beating fast. The room was black. He could see nothing beyond the faint outline of the window. He reached for his watch and pressed the spring. The watch struck 12. 12, Scrooge whispered. It had been after 2 when he went to bed. Either he had slept through an entire day and deep into another night, or the clock had gone backward, or the sun itself had failed in its obligations. Scrooge lay down again, but did not close his eyes. Marley had said the first spirit would come at 1. He waited. The next 15 minutes lasted longer than some financial years. At last the church clock prepared to strike. Scrooge counted each movement of the mechanism in the silence. The bell gave a deep, hollow sound. 1. A flash of light filled the room. The bed curtains were drawn aside. Scrooge found himself staring at a strange figure, part child, part old man, whose white hair fell about a face without wrinkles. From the crown of its head sprang a bright jet of light, illuminating the bed, the walls, and Scrooge's terrified features. The spirit regarded him gently. But beyond its radiance, just outside the circle of light, something gray opened its eyes and smiled. Chapter 2. 2 versions of the past. Scrooge drew back against the pillows and stared at the figure beside his bed. It was no taller than a child, yet its face seemed to belong to someone who had watched centuries pass and found them brief. Its arms were long and strong, its feet bare, and its white hair fell over its shoulders. A branch of winter holly rested in one hand. In the other, it held a cap shaped like a candle extinguisher. The clear flame that sprang from its head filled the chamber with shifting light. "Are you the spirit whose coming was foretold to me?" Scrooge asked. "I am." The voice was gentle and seemed to come from farther away than the walls. "Who are you?" "I am the ghost of Christmas past." "Long past?" "No, your past." Scrooge looked uneasily toward the edge of the light. He had seen, or thought he had seen, a gray face there. Nothing remained but the bedpost and the shadow of the curtains. The spirit extended its hand. "Rise and walk with me." Scrooge looked down at his night clothes. "The weather appears rather severe. Perhaps, with your permission, I might first dress myself." The spirit's expression did not change. "It is not the cold outside that you must fear." It touched him lightly upon the chest. The walls and curtains vanished. Scrooge felt the floor fall away beneath his feet. He clutched at the spirit's arm, but there was no sensation of falling. Instead, the darkness opened like a door, and he stepped through it into morning. He stood upon a snow-covered road. Fields stretched away on either side, white beneath a pale winter sky. Bare trees lined the hedges. A frozen stream ran beside the road, its ice shining like dark glass. In the distance stood a small market town, with its church tower, bridge, and clustered roofs. Scrooge stopped breathing. "I know this place." The spirit watched him. "I was born near here," Scrooge said. "I was a boy here." A group of children approached on shaggy ponies, calling merry farewells to one another as they separated at a crossroads. Scrooge recognized them all. He spoke their names eagerly. There was Thomas Green, who had once fallen through the ice and insisted afterward that he had intended to swim. There was Edward Gale, whose mother packed too much cake in his traveling box and who shared it with everyone except Scrooge. There was little Henry Ward, who could imitate the schoolmaster's voice so perfectly that he had once dismissed the entire class before noon. The boys passed without seeing Scrooge or the spirit. "Merry Christmas," they shouted to one another. Their voices faded down the road. Scrooge's smile faded with them. "They are only shadows," said the spirit. "They cannot see us." "I know. Some shadows are painful." "I said I know." They left the road and approached a large brick building surrounded by empty fields. The windows were narrow and dark. Snow had gathered upon the steps, undisturbed by footprints. "The school is not entirely deserted," said the spirit. "One child remains." Scrooge's face tightened. They entered without opening the door. The corridors were cold and hollow. Dust lay upon the floors. The room smelled of ink, old wood, and ashes. Their footsteps made no sound, yet every door seemed to remember the noise of children who had gone home. At the far end of the building, in a long classroom, a small boy sat beside a weak fire. A book lay open before him. No companion sat nearby. No bundle waited to be packed. No parent's carriage approached along the road. The boy was thin, pale, and badly dressed for the season. Now and then he looked toward the window, though there was nothing outside but snow. Scrooge stopped at the threshold. His lips moved, but no words came. The spirit's light fell upon the child. "A solitary boy," it said, "forgotten at Christmas." Scrooge sat upon one of the wooden benches. The child turned a page. His eyes followed the words, but his attention wandered toward the darkening window. "I used to imagine that the people in those books came to visit me," Scrooge said. As he spoke, the classroom changed. The painted figures from the boys' stories seemed to rise from the pages. A bright procession crossed the room. Sailors, thieves, kings, enchanted horses, and travelers from distant lands. For a moment they crowded around the lonely child, and the classroom became a kingdom. Then the page turned, and they disappeared. Scrooge bowed his head. "I remember." The fire gave a weak crack. Its little flame bent sideways, though there was no wind. The corners of the classroom darkened. The spirit's light flickered, and a second figure appeared beside the child. It was the gray presence Scrooge had seen beyond his bed curtains. It was small and bent like a man made old by carrying an invisible burden. Its coat was faded, its cheeks hollow, and its mouth fixed in a line of injured patience. Upon its forehead smoldered a dull red light. Unlike the bright spirit's flame, it illuminated nothing. It only burned. The gray figure looked at the boy, then at Scrooge. "So," it said, "this is where they begin." Scrooge rose. "Who are you?" The figure ignored the question. "They always begin with the child. It is an effective trick. Show an old man his younger face and he will forgive anyone." The ghost of Christmas past stood between it and the boy. "You have no place in these memories." "I have every place in them. Memory is my home." The gray figure bowed mockingly. "I am the ghost of Christmas grudges past." Scrooge looked from one spirit to the other. "Marley said there would be 3. And Marley was correct. replied the gray ghost. "There will be 3 to change you," but he did not say they would come unopposed. The bright spirit raised its hand. The classroom filled with light. "You cannot alter what happened here." "I have no wish to alter it," said the ghost of Grudges past. "The truth is quite sufficient." It stepped closer to the seated child. "Look carefully, Ebenezer." Scrooge did not want to look, yet his eyes returned to the little boy. "Where is his father?" asked the gray ghost. Scrooge said nothing. "Where are the friends who shouted Merry Christmas upon the road? Where are the warm fires, the full tables, and the loving arms? They have all gone home, but not this boy." The gray ghost leaned over the child's shoulder. "He did no wrong, still they left him here." "He was not forgotten by everyone," said the bright spirit. "No, the room appears crowded with affection." The gray ghost turned to Scrooge. "You weep for him now, but no one wept for him then, remember that." Scrooge touched his cheek and found it wet. "The boy survived," continued the gray ghost. "He learned what was necessary. He learned that expectation is the beginning of disappointment. He learned that those who depend upon love place their happiness in unreliable hands. He learned to need nothing from anyone." "That was not strength," said the bright spirit. "It was a wound he taught himself to call strength. A wound closes, that is its wisdom. It closes to protect the body while it heals. And if it never heals, then it must be tended, not worshipped." The gray ghost smiled. Beautiful words. Where were they when he was alone? Scrooge's tears cooled upon his face. The question entered him easily, because it had lived there before. "Where were they?" he repeated. The bright spirit turned its calm gaze upon him. "Wait!" The classroom door flew open. A little girl ran inside. "Ebenezer!" The lonely boy sprang from his seat. "Fan!" She threw her arms around him. She was younger and smaller than he was, but joy seemed to make her strong enough to carry him away by force. "I have come to bring you home, dear brother, home for good." The boy stared at her, as if he did not dare believe it. "Father is kinder than he used to be," Fan continued. "Home is like heaven now. He spoke so gently to me that I was not afraid to ask whether you might return, and he said yes. He has sent a carriage for us. We shall be together for all Christmas." The boy embraced her. Scrooge watched his younger self laugh and weep at once. Something within his old face softened. "She had a large heart," he whispered. "She did," said the ghost of Christmas past. "She was delicate. A breath might have carried her away. At last one did." Scrooge lowered his eyes. "She died a woman," said the bright spirit, "and had, as I think, children." "One child," Scrooge answered, "my nephew." "Fred." "Yes." The name seemed different when spoken in that room. It no longer belonged only to the foolish young man who had entered the counting house without permission. It belonged also to Fan. The gray ghost moved beside Scrooge. "And Fan died." "Do not," Scrooge said. "She promised to bring you home. She promised that you would be together. Then she left you as everyone leaves. She did not choose to die. Abandonment does not hurt less because it was unintended." The bright spirit looked toward the door through which the children had gone. "She gave him love while she lived, and grief when she died," said the gray ghost. "That is the full account. Why record the credit and hide the debt?" Scrooge's expression hardened. The scene dissolved. The lonely schoolroom became another classroom, and the child became an older boy. Then the walls changed again. The benches vanished. Scrooge saw himself growing taller, older, and more guarded as Christmas followed Christmas. At last, the school disappeared entirely. They stood inside a warehouse. Its walls were dark and plain, but greenery hung from every beam. Lamps shone. The floor had been swept clear, and a fiddler was tuning his instrument upon a high stool. A man in a capacious waistcoat stood behind a desk. "Why, it is old Fezziwig," cried Scrooge. Fezziwig laid down his pen and looked at the clock. "Yo-ho, Ebenezer, Dick Wilkins, no more work tonight." Two apprentices hurried forward. One was young Scrooge. The other was Dick Wilkins, broad-faced and cheerful. "Clear everything away, boys. We shall have room enough for Christmas, even if business must stand outside in the street." The apprentices moved the desks against the walls with extraordinary speed. In came Mrs. Fezziwig, smiling with her entire person. In came the Fezziwig daughters, followed by young admirers. In came workers, neighbors, servants, cousins, a cook, a milkman, and several people whose connection to the family was unclear but whose connection to supper was beyond dispute. The fiddler raised his bow. The warehouse became a whirl of color and movement. Couples advanced, retreated, turned the wrong way, found themselves, lost one another, and laughed until the rafters seemed to laugh with them. Fezziwig danced with such enthusiasm that his waistcoat arrived at each turn a moment before the rest of him. Scrooge clapped his hands. He called encouragement to dancers who could not hear him. He laughed when young Dick collided with a table. When his younger self took the hand of a shy woman in a blue dress, the old man attempted 2 steps of the dance before remembering his age and dignity. The ghost of Christmas past watched him. "A small thing," it said, "to earn so much gratitude." "Small," cried Scrooge. Fezziwig spared no expense. "A few pounds, perhaps." "That is not the point." "What is the point?" Scrooge looked upon the celebration. He had the power to make us happy or unhappy. He could make our work light or burdensome. He could make it a pleasure or a misery. The happiness he gave was worth a fortune. He stopped. Bob Cratchit appeared in his thoughts. Bob bending over the ledger. Bob warming his hands above one coal. Bob running home through the snow. Scrooge's excitement faded. "What is the matter?" asked the spirit. "Nothing. Something, I think. I should like to say a word or two to my clerk." The ghost of Grudges past appeared across the room. It stood perfectly still while the dancers passed through it. "Go on then," it said. "Praise Fezziwig." Scrooge turned away. "Why should I not?" "Because you know what became of men like him." The music seemed to diminish. "Fezziwig was generous," the gray ghost continued. "He spent money entertaining apprentices, feeding strangers, and making a festival of an ordinary evening. But generosity does not preserve a business. Cheerfulness does not settle an account. The world changed, and men like Fezziwig were left behind by men like you." Scrooge watched his old employer dance. He was happy. For one night. He was loved. Love is very warm at Christmas and notoriously absent when creditors arrive. The bright spirit stepped closer. A thing need not last forever to be valuable. That is what those who lose everything tell themselves. The gray ghost indicated young Scrooge. "Look at him. He admires Fezziwig, but he does not imitate him." Even then, some wiser part of Ebenezer understood that kindness is a poor investment. Scrooge frowned. "I respected him. You surpassed him. In wealth. In the only measure the world records accurately." The dance ended. Supper appeared. Cake, cold meat, mince pies, beer, and steaming bowls crowded the tables. Fezziwig raised his glass to everyone, from the oldest guest to the youngest apprentice. Young Scrooge looked at him with affection. The old Scrooge watched that look upon his own forgotten face. "No," he said. The gray ghost turned. "No, I did not surpass him. You possess more. I possess more money. What other possession can be counted?" Scrooge looked around the warehouse. The music, laughter, gratitude, and affection seemed to gather in the air. "This cannot be entered in a ledger," said Scrooge, "but it existed. For one night, the gray ghost repeated. For one night, Scrooge said, and I remember it after all these years. The red light upon the gray spirit's brow flared. The warehouse vanished. They stood in a quiet room decorated for Christmas. A young woman sat beside a modest fire. Her dress was simple. Her eyes were full of tears she was determined not to shed. Opposite her stood a younger Scrooge. He was no longer the laughing apprentice. His face was leaner. His movements were careful. The signs of his future self had begun to appear around his mouth and eyes. Scrooge recoiled. No. The ghost of Christmas past regarded him sorrowfully. This must be seen. I know what happened. You know what you have told yourself. The young woman looked at young Scrooge. It matters little, she said softly. To you, very little. What matters little? Another idol has displaced me. What idol? A golden one. Young Scrooge protested. He had become wiser, he said. He had learned that poverty brought misery and humiliation. He had learned that the world punished those without money. Was it wrong to protect himself from such a fate? The woman Belle listened sadly. You fear the world too much, she said. All your other hopes have become one hope, that you may stand beyond the reach of poverty. I have watched your nobler desires fall away, one by one, until only that remains. Have I ever asked to end our agreement? In words, no. Then what accusation is this? Our agreement was made when we were poor and content to become better together. You are changed. I was a boy. And if you were free today, would you choose a penniless girl? Young Scrooge could not answer. Belle smiled through her tears. The smile was kinder than anger would have been. I release you. May you be happy in the life you have chosen. She left him. The old Scrooge reached after her. Belle. She passed through his hand and disappeared. The ghost of Grudges past was immediately beside him. She abandoned you. Scrooge stared at the closed door. I gave her reason. You gave her caution. You wished to build security before marriage. Is prudence now a crime? I loved money more than I loved her. So she said. So I showed her. The gray ghost circled him. She demanded the devotion of a poor young man and condemned the judgment of an older one. She wished you to remain helpless because that was the version of you she understood. When you became ambitious, she called it corruption. When you tried to protect your future, she called it greed. She saw what I was becoming. She chose not to prevent it. Scrooge looked sharply at the spirit. The words struck their mark. She might have stayed, it continued. She might have reminded you of the man you had been. Instead, she walked away and left you alone with the very idol she claimed to despise. The room darkened. Everyone leaves, Ebenezer. Your schoolfellows left. Your father sent you away. Fan died. Belle chose another life. Why should you be ashamed of loving the one thing that remained? Coins appeared in the gray ghost's hands. They ran between its fingers like bright water. Money did not die. Money did not reject you. Money did not ask you to become vulnerable and then punish you for obeying. It stayed. The coins fell around Scrooge, striking the floor one by one. The sound resembled a clock. The ghost of Christmas past lifted its light. The room changed. Now Scrooge saw Belle years later. She was a woman sitting near a Christmas fire. Children filled the room. One climbed upon her chair. Another chased a sibling around the table. A little girl pressed her face against the window and cried out that her father was coming. The door opened. Belle's husband entered, laughing as the children surrounded him. He kissed his wife. Scrooge stood outside the circle of warmth, unseen. Belle's husband told her that he had passed Scrooge's office that afternoon. I saw an old friend of yours, he said, quite alone. His partner lies dying, I hear, and there he sat in that dark office by himself. The family gathered closer around the fire. The vision held Scrooge for several painful seconds. Then the gray ghost whispered, "She took this life from you." Scrooge closed his eyes. "No. You might have been the man at that door. Those children might have spoken your name. No. She judged you, left you, married another man, and built her happiness upon the grave of yours. No." Scrooge turned upon it. "I took this life from myself." The gray spirit's face twisted. "You cannot know that. I have spent years pretending not to know it. She left because I had already gone." The words shook as Scrooge spoke them, but he continued, "I did not walk out of the room. I did something slower and more cowardly. I withdrew from every hope we shared and expected her to remain beside the shell of them." The gray ghost moved close enough that its red light colored Scrooge's face. "And what does this confession purchase? Will it restore her? Will it give you those children? Will it return the wasted years?" "No." "Then why suffer it?" Scrooge looked toward Belle and her family. "Because it is true. I offer you another truth. You were afraid." "I was." "You had known poverty and loneliness." "Yes." "You wanted never to be helpless again." "Yes." "Then you were justified." Scrooge hesitated. The gray ghost smiled. Its voice became softer. "You need not blame yourself. Blame the father who frightened you. Blame the school that imprisoned you. Blame the world that taught you a poor man could be crushed without anyone noticing. Blame Belle for demanding that you forget every lesson suffering had given you." Its thin hand touched his arm. "Keep the pain if you must, Ebenezer, but give the guilt to someone else." For one terrible moment, the offer felt like mercy. Scrooge imagined setting down the burden of every choice. He imagined returning to his bed with his habits intact and his conscience silent. He had not made the world cruel. He had only adapted to it. He had not invented poverty. He had merely escaped it. He had not abandoned love. Love had proved incapable of protecting him. The gray ghost saw the argument moving through his mind. "Yes," it whispered, "there you are." The ghost of Christmas past did not interrupt. Its light remained steady. Scrooge looked at it. "Why do you say nothing?" "I can show you what was," the bright spirit replied. "I cannot decide what it means. But it is trying to deceive me." The gray ghost laughed. "Have I changed a single event?" "No," said the bright spirit. "That is why you are dangerous." Scrooge looked once more at Belle's family. The image began to fade. He saw the schoolroom behind it, Fan's smiling face, Fezziwig's dance, Belle's tears. Each memory overlapped the next until joy and grief became impossible to separate. At last Scrooge spoke. "You have told the truth." The ghost of Grudges past straightened. "But not all of it," Scrooge continued. The spirit's smile vanished. "The world was cold to me," said Scrooge. "But not always. Fan loved me. Fezziwig was kind to me. Belle tried to warn me. Even Fred came to my office today. Out of pity. Perhaps. To laugh at you. Perhaps. To make himself feel generous. Perhaps." The gray spirit leaned forward eagerly. Scrooge looked at it. "But you do not know that." "Neither do you." "No, I do not." The admission seemed to weaken the red light. Scrooge drew a breath. "I have judged every kindness by the harm it might one day cause. I have treated suspicion as wisdom because suspicion asks nothing of me. If I believe Fred selfish, I need not visit him. If I believe Cratchit foolish, I need not pay him more. If I believe the poor responsible for their suffering, I need not see them. You owe them nothing." "Perhaps not." Scrooge looked toward the bright spirit. "But that is not the same as saying I can do nothing." The gray ghost recoiled. Its face became older and more deeply lined. The red glow upon its forehead flickered like an ember in rain. "You think one tear changes you," it hissed. "You think regret makes you good. No. You think remembering love restores your capacity for it. I do not know." "Then feel nothing," the spirit urged. "It is safer." The ghost of Christmas past stepped to Scrooge's other side. "Feel what is there," it said, "and do not demand safety from it." The two spirits stood opposite one another. One offered Scrooge the painful uncertainty of an open heart. The other offered the perfect protection of a closed one. Scrooge trembled between them. The gray ghost extended its hand. "Come with me, return to your bed. When morning comes, you may continue exactly as before. No apology, no humiliation, no risk. You have survived 70 years without their love. You can survive the few that remain." The bright spirit said nothing. Scrooge looked at its flame. In that light he saw no promise that Fred would forgive him, that Belle's lost love could be restored, or that a lifetime of selfishness could be repaired in a day. He saw only the truth, and the possibility that truth, though painful, might still be used. Scrooge turned to the gray spirit. "I have survived," he said, "but I do not think I have lived." The ghost of Grudges past screamed. Its small body unfolded into a great bent shadow. The schoolroom, the warehouse, and Belle's home shattered around them. Every injury Scrooge had ever suffered seemed to speak at once. Forgotten, abandoned, betrayed, humiliated, left behind. The words beat against him like winter rain. "You will remember me," the spirit cried. "When Fred laughs too loudly, you will hear me. When Cratchit looks at you with fear, you will hear me. When Charity receives your money but gives you no gratitude, you will hear me. Every old wound is a door, Ebenezer, and I have the key to all of them." The ghost of Christmas past raised its flame. "Enough." The light burst outward. The gray spirit shrank. Its voice became a whisper, then a hiss, then the faint crackle of a coal. But it did not disappear completely. A tiny red ember remained in the darkness. Scrooge understood. The spirit could be refused. It could not be destroyed. The light grew brighter still, until Scrooge covered his eyes. "Spirit," he cried, "take me home." "Are you certain?" "I cannot bear any more." "You asked to see the truth." "I have seen enough of it." The spirit looked at him with sorrow. "No living man has seen enough truth to be finished with it." The light became unbearable. Scrooge noticed the extinguisher cap hanging from the spirit's hand. In desperation, he seized it and pressed it down upon the flame. The spirit resisted. "What are you doing? Leave me, haunt me no longer." Scrooge forced the cap lower. Light spilled from beneath it in brilliant streams. For a moment he heard the gray ghost laughing somewhere beyond the vision. Then everything vanished. Scrooge fell heavily upon his bed. His own room surrounded him. The curtains were closed, the fire was dead, his watch lay upon the table. For several minutes he did not move. The memories remained painfully vivid. The schoolroom, Fan, Fezziwig, Belle. He could still hear the ghost of Grudges past. "The world abandoned you first." Scrooge turned his face toward the pillow. "Perhaps it did," he whispered. Then he remembered Fan running through the schoolroom door. But not everyone. He remembered Fezziwig clearing the warehouse. Not always. He remembered Belle releasing him with kindness rather than anger. And not without warning. The ember of resentment did not go out. It remained somewhere inside him, red and watchful. But another light remained beside it. Scrooge slept. When he awoke, daylight pressed faintly against the curtains. He rose and looked out. The city was still celebrating Christmas. Bells rang. People hurried through the snow. A boy carried a goose almost as large as himself. Two women laughed as they attempted to keep their hats from the wind. Scrooge watched them for longer than he intended. The hours of the day passed strangely. He ate little. He tried to examine his accounts but found that the numbers would not remain obediently upon the page. At 3 in the afternoon, he thought of Fred's dinner. At 4, he told himself it would already be too late to attend. At 5, he was relieved that it was too late. At 6, he wondered whether it had truly been too late at all. By evening, the fog returned. Scrooge sat alone. He expected the gray spirit to speak, and once or twice he thought it did. "They do not want you. You would be laughed at. It is safer here." He remained in his chair until the clock neared midnight. Then he entered his bedroom and waited. The first quarter passed. Then the second. Then the third. Scrooge listened for the hour of 1. No spirit appeared. The clock struck 1, and still the room remained dark. Scrooge began to wonder whether Marley's second visitor would come at a different time. Perhaps the first vision had exhausted the supernatural arrangements. Perhaps the spirits had reconsidered his case. Then he noticed a line of golden light beneath the door of the adjoining room. It grew brighter. A warm glow filled the passage. Scrooge heard the crackling of a great fire, the clatter of dishes, and laughter so deep and generous that the walls seemed to expand around it. A voice called, "Ebenezer Scrooge, come in." Scrooge approached the door. Before his hand touched the knob, another voice spoke from behind him. It was smooth, quiet, and comforting. "You need not go." Scrooge froze. A pale hand settled upon his shoulder. "You have suffered enough for one Christmas," said the voice. "Why burden yourself with the troubles of people who would not carry yours?" Scrooge slowly turned. A tall, well-dressed figure stood in the darkness of his bedroom. Its face was broad, calm, and kindly. Its coat appeared warm enough for the coldest night, and its unblinking eyes regarded Scrooge with perfect understanding. It smiled. "Stay here," it said. "Shut the door, sit beside your fire, let the world manage its own misery." From the adjoining room, the generous voice called again. "Come in, Ebenezer." The pale spirit leaned closer. "Or remain comfortable." Scrooge stood between the two rooms, and Christmas present waited for his choice. Chapter 3. Two versions of the present. Scrooge stood between the golden door and the pale spirit. The hand upon his shoulder was neither heavy nor cold. Indeed, it was pleasantly warm. There was no violence in its touch, no threat in its voice, and no chain about its body. It seemed to offer nothing more terrible than rest. "You have done enough," it said. "You have looked upon your wounds. You have confessed your mistakes. Must repentance be endless? Must every sorrow in London be carried into your private room?" The laughter beyond the door rose again. Scrooge placed his hand upon the knob. The pale spirit tightened its fingers very slightly. "Think carefully. Once you open that door, they will show you hunger, illness, and want. They will make you feel responsible for miseries you did not create and cannot possibly cure." Scrooge hesitated. The argument was reasonable. That made it dangerous. "Who are you?" he asked. "A friend. I have had enough of friends who will not give their names." The spirit smiled. "I am the ghost of Christmas comfort present." "Comfort?" "Yes, Ebenezer. That thing every man seeks and then pretends to despise when another man possesses it. And you wish me to remain here. I wish you to protect yourself." "From what?" "From guilt without limit." The golden light beneath the door flickered. The voice on the other side called once more. "Ebenezer Scrooge." Scrooge opened the door. Light and warmth rushed over him. The adjoining room had been transformed. Its bare walls were covered with living greenery. Holly, ivy, and mistletoe climbed toward the ceiling. A mighty fire blazed in the grate. On the floor lay turkeys, geese, game, sausages, pies, puddings, oranges, apples, cakes, and steaming bowls of punch. Upon this generous throne sat a giant dressed in a green robe bordered with white fur. His dark curls fell freely about his broad and cheerful face. He held a glowing torch shaped like a horn of plenty. "Come in," cried the spirit. "Come in and know me better, man." Scrooge entered cautiously. The pale spirit followed. The giant's smile faded when he saw it. "You were not invited." "Comfort rarely is," replied the pale ghost. "Yet everyone welcomes me eventually." The giant rose to his full height. "I am the ghost of Christmas present." "And I," said the other, "am the reason most men survive the day." "You are the reason many men pass through the day without seeing it." The pale spirit bowed. Scrooge looked from one to the other. "Am I to be pulled apart by every hour of the calendar?" "Only if you refuse to walk," said Christmas Present. He extended his hand. Scrooge took it. The room disappeared. They stood in the city on Christmas morning. Snow lay upon the rooftops, yet the streets were full. Church bells rang above the fog. Shopkeepers cleared snow from their pavements. Boys ran between carts. Women carried covered dishes toward bakers' ovens. People who might have passed one another in silence on any other day called greetings across the street. The spirit raised his torch and scattered drops of light upon them. Quarrels softened. Frowns relaxed. A baker who had complained about a poor woman's cooking pot suddenly found space for it in his oven. Two men who had collided in the street laughed instead of fighting. "What is in your torch?" asked Scrooge. "A flavor of goodwill." "Would it work upon anyone?" "Upon anyone willing to taste it." The ghost of Comfort Present walked beside them with its hands folded behind its back. "Observe how little is required," it said to Scrooge. "A greeting, a smile, a few drops from a supernatural torch. If human suffering can be cured so cheaply, it can hardly be serious." Christmas Present turned. "No one said it was cured." "Then your little blessings accomplish nothing." "They accomplish the next kind act. And after that, perhaps another. A chain of uncertainty." "A chain is made link by link," said Christmas Present. Scrooge remembered Marley and said nothing. They traveled far beyond the crowded streets. They visited a miner's cottage where men blackened by their labor sang beside a small fire. They stood upon a lonely lighthouse battered by the sea, where two keepers wished one another a Merry Christmas above the roar of the storm. They crossed the deck of a ship, where sailors hummed a carol while the dark ocean rose and fell around them. In every place, Christmas Present showed Scrooge people making warmth where little warmth had been given to them. And in every place, the pale ghost whispered another interpretation. "They are accustomed to hardship. They ask nothing from you. They would live exactly so whether you saw them or not. Admire them if you wish, Ebenezer, but do not mistake admiration for obligation." At last they returned to London and stopped before a small house in Camden Town. Scrooge knew it without having seen it before. "This is Cratchit's home," he said. Christmas Present touched the door. They passed through it. Mrs. Cratchit stood in a worn dress decorated with ribbons. The ribbons were inexpensive, but she had arranged them with such care that they gave her an air of ceremony. Her eldest daughter, Martha, had not yet arrived, and the younger children ran repeatedly to the window in search of her. Peter Cratchit wore his father's collar, which was so large and stiff that it threatened to swallow his chin. Two smaller Cratchits danced around the pudding as though it were a visiting monarch. "Martha is coming," cried one child. "No, she is." "Yes, she is." The door opened. Martha entered, and the children seized her. "Hide," they whispered. "Father is coming." Martha concealed herself just before Bob Cratchit entered with Tiny Tim upon his shoulder. Scrooge stepped closer. The child carried a small crutch. His limbs were supported by an iron frame, but his face was patient and bright. Bob lowered him carefully beside the fire, then looked around. "Where is our Martha?" "Not coming," said Mrs. Cratchit. "Not coming on Christmas Day." Bob's cheerful expression collapsed so quickly that Martha could bear it no longer. She sprang from hiding and embraced him. The family laughed. Scrooge did not. He was watching Tiny Tim. "Spirit," he said quietly, "what is wrong with the boy?" "Many things that kindness and money might make less wrong." The ghost of comfort present came to Scrooge's side. "His condition is unfortunate," it said, "but you did not cause it. No, you did not choose his body. No, you are not his father. No, then why allow another man's misfortune to invade your peace?" Scrooge watched Bob help Tiny Tim to his seat. Christmas dinner was prepared with joyful confusion. Mrs. Cratchit worried that the goose was too small. The children declared it the largest goose in the history of England. The gravy was stretched, the potatoes praised, and the apple sauce received with applause. The family ate as if no table had ever held a greater feast. The pale ghost indicated them. "You see, they are happy." "They have very little," said Scrooge, "and require very little. Their poverty has made them grateful. More money might spoil their excellent character." Christmas Present's face darkened. "Poverty is not a school built for the moral improvement of the poor." "I did not say it was. You said their deprivation should be preserved, because it pleases you to see them cheerful beneath it." The pale ghost smiled. "You misunderstand me deliberately. I merely suggest that Scrooge should not interfere with a happiness that already exists." Tiny Tim looked up at his father. "I hope the people saw me in church," he said, "because I am a cripple. It might be pleasant for them to remember on Christmas Day who made the lame walk and the blind see." Bob turned his face away for a moment. Scrooge felt a pressure in his chest. The pudding arrived. Mrs. Cratchit entered carrying it with anxious pride. Steam rose around her. The pudding was small for such a family, but no one admitted it. Bob declared it the greatest triumph achieved by Mrs. Cratchit since their marriage. At last Bob filled the glasses. "A Merry Christmas to us all," he said. "God bless us." The family repeated it. Tiny Tim added, "God bless us, everyone." Scrooge looked at Christmas Present. "Tell me whether Tiny Tim will live." The spirit's cheerful face became grave. "I see an empty chair beside that fire. I see a crutch without an owner, carefully preserved. If these shadows remain unchanged, the child will die." "No," said Scrooge. "No, oh no, kind spirit, say he will be spared." The ghost of comfort present leaned close. "Why?" Scrooge turned upon it. "What? Why should he be spared?" The question was asked without cruelty. That made it more terrible. "Children die every day," the pale spirit continued. "You cannot save them all. Why this one?" "I have seen him." "Ah, then only visible suffering deserves assistance." "No. If you save this child, another will die elsewhere. Will that death then be your fault?" "No, but if you cannot prevent every death, why pretend that preventing one has solved anything?" Christmas Present raised his torch. The fire burned brighter. "You speak as though goodness is worthless unless it is infinite." "I speak of fairness. You speak of an excuse." The pale ghost addressed Scrooge again. "This boy has parents. His father accepted the wage you offered. He chose to marry. He chose to have children. Are you responsible for every consequence of another man's decisions?" Scrooge thought of his counting house. Bob's cold hands. The tiny fire. 15 shillings a week. Perhaps not every consequence, Scrooge said. Then rest. But I am responsible for my decisions. The pale ghost's smile weakened. Bob raised his glass. Mr. Scrooge, he said, the founder of the feast. Mrs. Cratchit's expression changed. The founder of the feast, indeed. I wish I had him here. I would give him a piece of my mind to feast upon. My dear, said Bob, the children Christmas Day. It should take more than Christmas Day to make that man drinkable. The children laughed, except Tiny Tim, who looked concerned that anyone should be angry. At Bob's gentle request, Mrs. Cratchit raised her glass. I will drink his health for your sake and the day's, she said, not for his. Long life to him, a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. He will be very merry and very happy, I have no doubt. The family repeated the toast, but less cheerfully than before. Scrooge lowered his head. They hate me. The pale spirit placed a comforting hand upon his back. There, you see, you owe them nothing. They sit in their little house and insult the man whose money purchases their dinner. Whose labor purchases it? Asked Christmas Present. Scrooge pays him, and Cratchit earns it. The pale spirit ignored him. Leave them to their happiness, Ebenezer. They do not want you. Your money, perhaps, but not you. Scrooge watched Bob lift Tiny Tim onto his shoulder. Have I given them any reason to want me? The ghost of Comfort Present did not answer. The room faded. They arrived at Fred's house. It was smaller than Scrooge had imagined, but bright with candles and crowded with guests. Fred's wife sat beside him, laughing at something he had said. He called Christmas a humbug, Fred told the company, and he believed it too. The guests laughed. Scrooge stiffened. The pale ghost nodded. I warned you. But Fred was not laughing cruelly. I am sorry for him, he continued. Who suffers from his ill humor himself? He refuses to dine with us, and what does he lose? A dinner in our company. What do we lose? Very little. I mean to invite him every year, whether he likes it or not. Why? Asked Fred's wife. Because Mother loved him, and because I cannot help thinking that if I knock long enough, one day he may open the door. Scrooge looked away. The guests played music and games. They laughed over forfeits, riddles, and blindman's buff. Scrooge, forgetting that he could not be heard, guessed answers aloud and protested when Fred failed to understand an obvious clue. For several minutes, he was happier than he had been in years. Then the ghost of Comfort Present whispered, They are enjoying themselves without you. Scrooge's pleasure faltered. You are unnecessary here. Fred's kindness costs him nothing because he expects you to refuse. You are a story he tells to amuse his guests. Fred raised his glass. To Uncle Scrooge. The company quieted. He has given us plenty of amusement, Fred said, and I hope one day we may give him something better in return. A Merry Christmas to the old man, wherever he is. The guests drank. Scrooge's eyes filled. Spirit, he said, tell him. He cannot hear you, said Christmas Present. I know. Then remember what you wish you could say. The scene disappeared. They traveled through hospitals, prisons, workhouses, and crowded rooms beneath leaking roofs. They saw hunger hidden behind clean curtains, loneliness concealed beneath respectable coats, and fear sitting silently beside empty cupboards. The ghost of Comfort Present followed everywhere. You cannot repair this. This existed before you. It will exist after you. Keep what is yours. You have paid your taxes. Do not look too closely. At first, Scrooge answered each argument. Then there were too many. The misery of London seemed without end. For every hungry child, another waited in the next street. For every lonely old man, another sat behind another window. Every act of assistance appeared small enough to disappear inside the vastness of need. Scrooge grew weary. The pale spirit saw it. "This is what compassion demands," it said gently. "It will never say enough. Give one coin and it asks for two. Save one child and it introduces you to 10 more. There is no finishing such work." Christmas Present's hair had begun to turn gray. His face appeared older. "My time grows short," he said. "Spirit," said Scrooge, "are lives so brief for your kind? My life upon this globe is one day." The folds of his robe moved. Scrooge heard a faint noise beneath them. "Forgive me," he said, "but is something hidden there?" The spirit opened his robe. 2 children crouched at his feet. They were thin, starved, and ragged, a boy and a girl. Their hands were claw-like. Their faces, though young, were twisted by neglect. Scrooge stepped back. "Are they yours?" "They belong to man," said the spirit. "The boy is ignorance. The girl is want. Beware them both, but most of all beware the boy, for upon his brow I see a doom written." "Have they no refuge?" asked Scrooge. "No help?" Christmas Present looked at him with Scrooge's own earlier severity. "Are there no prisons?" Scrooge flinched. "Are there no workhouses?" The pale ghost stepped between them. "Do not permit him to shame you with your own words. You spoke in ignorance." "Then he may learn," said Christmas Present. "Learning will hurt." "Yes." "It will disturb his comfort." "Yes." "It may require sacrifice." "Yes." The pale spirit looked at Scrooge. "You see what he offers you." Scrooge looked at the 2 children. "What do you offer?" "Peace." "No, you offer blindness and call it peace." The pale ghost's expression hardened for the first time. "You cannot carry the world." "No." "You cannot feed every child." "No." "You cannot warm every home." "No." "Then what can you do?" Scrooge thought of Bob. Something. The word was small. Yet the golden room, the city streets, the miner's cottage, the lighthouse, the ship, the Cratchit fire and Fred's table seemed to gather around it. The pale spirit drew back. Something is not enough. Something is more than nothing. Christmas Present smiled. The clock began to strike 12. With each stroke the great spirit grew older. His dark hair whitened. His broad shoulders bent. The torch dimmed in his hand. The children clung to his robe. The ghost of Comfort Present remained unchanged. "Tomorrow," it told Scrooge. "You may do something tomorrow. Tonight you are tired." The last stroke approached. "Tomorrow," the pale ghost repeated. "There is always tomorrow." Christmas Present looked at Scrooge. "That is the oldest lie comfort tells." The final stroke sounded. The giant vanished. The greenery turned to mist. The feast disappeared. The golden light went out. Scrooge stood in a cold, deserted street. The pale ghost remained beside him. Its fine coat looked thicker than before. Its face had grown broader. Its warmth had become stifling. "Come," it said, "the night is nearly done." But a black shape rose from the fog ahead. It wore a long hooded garment that concealed its face and body. One hand extended from the folds of the robe. The ghost of Comfort Present released Scrooge. For the first time, it appeared afraid. The black figure pointed towards Scrooge. He took one unwilling step forward. Behind the hooded spirit, where even the fog seemed reluctant to enter, stood another darkness. It was narrower than the first, and it was smiling without a face. Chapter 4. 2 Versions of the Future. The black-robed phantom came slowly towards Scrooge. Its garment spread across the ground like smoke. No face appeared beneath its hood. No eyes shone there. Only one pale hand emerged, pointing silently before it. Scrooge bowed. "You are the ghost of Christmas yet to come." The spirit did not answer. You intend to show me shadows of things that have not happened, but may happen in the time before us. The hand moved slightly. Of all the spirits Scrooge had encountered, this one frightened him most. Christmas past had spoken gently. Christmas present had laughed. Even the two corrupting ghosts had offered arguments that wore the shape of companionship. This spirit offered nothing. Its silence left Scrooge alone with himself. "Lead on," he said. "The night is passing and time is valuable to me now." The black robe moved. The city appeared around them. Merchants stood in a familiar part of the exchange. Scrooge recognized several men with whom he had conducted business. They were prosperous, respected, and rarely interested in anything that did not appear in print beneath a column of figures. "No," said one, "I do not know much about it." "When did he die?" asked another. "Last night, I believe." "What has he done with his money?" "Left it to his company, perhaps. He certainly has not left it to me." The men laughed. "Will you attend the funeral?" "If lunch is provided." "I might go if another man goes with me. I hardly knew him." The conversation ended. The merchants walked away. "Who died?" Scrooge asked. The phantom pointed after them. "They speak carelessly," Scrooge continued, "but perhaps the dead man deserved no better." The phantom moved on. Scrooge followed. He heard two businessmen discussing the same death. Neither expressed sorrow. One said only that a debt might now be more difficult to collect. Another wondered whether the dead man's office would soon be available at a favorable rent. Scrooge looked for himself among the crowd. He was nowhere. "Spirit," he said, "show me some tenderness connected with a death. These scenes are cold." The phantom turned. Before it could move, a voice came from the darkness behind Scrooge. "There is no tenderness to show." Scrooge knew that whisper. The second shadow stepped into view. It resembled a hooded figure, but its robe contained no visible body. Looking at it was like looking through an open doorway into a room where all light had died. "I am the ghost of Christmas never to mend," it said. Its words seemed to enter Scrooge's mind without passing through his ears. "The future has spoken," it continued. "No one mourns him." "Who is he?" "You know." Scrooge looked toward Christmas yet to come. The pointing hand directed them onward. They entered a poor district of the city where crooked buildings leaned toward one another above narrow lanes. In a dark shop beneath a mass of old iron, an aged dealer called Old Joe sat waiting beside a smoky lamp. A laundress entered carrying a bundle. A charwoman followed. Then came a man employed by an undertaker. Each had taken something from a dead man's room. Bed curtains, blankets, shirts, boots, silver teaspoons, sugar tongs, the rings that had held the curtains around the bed. They displayed their stolen goods without shame. "He frightened everyone away while he was alive," said the charwoman. "Why should we care for him now?" "If he wanted to keep his possessions after death," said the laundress, "he should have been kinder while living." Old Joe laughed and counted out their payment. Scrooge watched the bed curtains spread across the floor. "He died alone," he whispered. "Entirely," said Christmas never to mend. No one watched beside him. No one cared. Why should they? Scrooge stared at the stolen blankets. The silent phantom pointed. The shop dissolved. A bed appeared in a dark room. A body lay beneath a sheet. No candle burned beside it. No family member wept. No friend waited to close the dead man's eyes. The body had been robbed, even of the curtains that once concealed it. The sheet moved faintly in the cold air. Scrooge could not approach. "Spirit," he said, "this is a fearful place. Let me see the face." Christmas, yet to come, pointed at the sheet. Scrooge extended his hand. Before his fingers reached it, the ghost of Christmas Never-to-Mend spoke. "Look if you wish, but a face will not change what waits beneath." Scrooge withdrew his hand. The empty hood seemed to lean toward him. "This is the reward of his life. Then he may change." "No, the future has not happened. It has happened in every way that matters." Scrooge turned to it. "What do you mean?" "He has practiced this death for 70 years. Every refused invitation prepared the empty room. Every cold word dismissed a mourner. Every coin valued above a human heart purchased another inch of solitude. His funeral began long before his body failed." Scrooge looked again at the covered corpse. "Then show me tenderness associated with death," he begged the silent phantom, "or this room will remain with me forever." The scene changed. A husband and wife sat in a modest room. Their faces were anxious. A debt hung over them, and its payment would have ruined their family. The husband entered with news. The creditor was dead. The wife gave thanks before she could stop herself. Shame followed her relief, but relief remained. The debt would pass to another party. There might be delay. They might have time. Scrooge recoiled. "The man's death brings happiness. To those he frightened," said Christmas Never-to-Mend. "Is there no sorrow?" "For him, none." The silent phantom raised its hand. They returned to the Cratchit house. It was quieter than before. The children sat close together. Mrs. Cratchit sewed, but her hands moved uncertainly. Peter read from a book. Bob's chair was empty. Scrooge looked toward the small seat beside the fire. It too was empty. The crutch stood in the corner. Mrs. Cratchit put down her sewing. "The color hurts my eyes," she said. The children pretended to believe her. At last Bob entered. He was late. He apologized and sat among them. He spoke gently, almost cheerfully, but his voice broke when he mentioned the churchyard. "I promised him that we would walk there on Sunday," Bob said. "My little child, my little child." He covered his face. The family gathered around him. Scrooge could not turn away. The ghost of Christmas Never-to-Mend stood behind the empty chair. "You asked why this child should be saved instead of another. Be silent. I ask again. Be silent. Thousands die, but this one need not. How do you know?" "I do not." "Then your hope is dishonest." "No," Scrooge said. "Uncertainty is not dishonesty." The empty hood tilted. "You learned that from the bright spirits." "I learned it because you tried to make certainty out of despair." The dark ghost drew closer. "Suppose you raise Cratchit's wage and the child dies anyway. Suppose you find the finest physician in London and still carry that small coffin to the earth. What will your goodness have purchased?" Scrooge looked at Bob, embracing his family. "It may purchase comfort." "Comfort?" the ghost whispered mockingly. "Not your kind, human comfort, the kind that shares pain instead of hiding from it. And if they never thank you, then the act remains." The dark ghost's robe stirred. "And if they suspect your motives, the act remains. If Fred laughs, the act remains. If London remembers you only as the man you were." Scrooge's voice trembled. "Then I must change without demanding applause." The silent phantom moved away from the Cratchit house. Buildings passed around them, streets narrowed, iron gates rose from the fog. They entered a churchyard. Snow covered the graves. The ghost of Christmas yet to come stopped before one neglected stone and pointed. Scrooge resisted. "Before I look," he said, "tell me whether these are shadows of things that will happen or shadows of things that may happen." The phantom remained silent. "Men's actions lead to certain ends," Scrooge continued. But if those actions change, the ends must change too. Tell me that this is true." The pointing hand did not move. Scrooge approached the grave. Snow slid from the stone. He read the name. Ebenezer Scrooge. He fell upon his knees. "I am the man who lay upon the bed." The ghost of Christmas never to mend stood on the other side of the grave. "Yes. No one mourned me. No one. The thieves divided my possessions. Yes. And Tiny Tim died. Yes." Scrooge gripped the gravestone. "Spirit of the future, hear me. I am not the man I was. You are exactly the man you were. I have seen what my life has made. Seeing is not changing. I will change. You will be frightened for a day. No. You will be generous for a week. No. You will grow tired of gratitude that does not arrive. You will resent the money you give. You will suspect every smiling face. You will hear the ghost of grudges whenever old injuries ache, and the ghost of comfort whenever kindness becomes inconvenient." Scrooge looked at the name carved in stone. The dark ghost continued. "You will return to your counting house. A debtor will lie to you. A clerk will make a costly mistake. Your nephew will laugh at a joke you do not understand. The poor will remain poor after receiving your money. Then you will discover that change is exhausting and that your old life still fits." Scrooge bowed his head. These visions frightened him more than the grave. They were believable. "Perhaps," he whispered. Christmas, never to mend, extended a hand from its empty robe. "Then do not begin." Scrooge looked up. "Why suffer the humiliation of failure? Keep your habits, keep your wealth, keep the hard heart that has protected you. You cannot repair the past, and the future will not trust you." The hand reached across the grave. "Accept what you are." Scrooge nearly took it. Then he remembered the 3 temptations. The first ghost had said, "You were wounded, so you are justified." The second had said, "You cannot do everything, so do nothing." The third now said, "You may fail tomorrow, so do not begin today." Different voices. The same command. Remain as you are. Scrooge released the gravestone. "No." The dark ghost's hand stopped. "I may fail tomorrow," Scrooge said, "but tomorrow has no right to command me tonight. You cannot erase your name from that stone. Then I shall change the man whose name it is. You cannot restore the years you wasted. I can refuse to waste the hour before me. You cannot guarantee the child will live. I can help him while he does. You cannot force anyone to forgive you. I can give them reason to begin. You cannot become good in a single morning." "No," said Scrooge, "but I can do one good thing before breakfast." The silent phantom's hand trembled. Scrooge crawled toward it and seized the edge of its robe. "Good spirit, assure me that I may change these shadows by an altered life." Christmas, yet to come, pointed at the grave. The letters of Scrooge's name appeared to deepen. The ghost of Christmas never to mend began to laugh. "It is too late." Scrooge held fast to the silent spirit. "I will honor Christmas in my heart and try to keep it all the year. I will live in the past, the present, and the future. I will not close my eyes to any of them. Tell me I may wipe away the writing on this stone." The grave opened beneath him. The corrupting ghost rose taller, its empty robe spreading across the churchyard. "Too late." Scrooge clung to the phantom's hand. The hand changed beneath his fingers. It became a bedpost. The churchyard vanished. The gravestone collapsed into the folds of his curtain. Morning bells rang throughout London. Scrooge was in his own bedroom. He was alive. Chapter 5. The Choice. Scrooge held the bedpost with both hands. His bed was his own. The curtains were his own. The room, the window, the door, and the chair upon which he had left his clothes were all his own. Best of all, the time before him was his own. "I am here," he cried. He leapt out of bed and became entangled in the curtains. For several moments, the reformed Ebenezer Scrooge fought a violent battle with his own furniture and appeared likely to lose. At last he emerged. "I do not know what day it is. I do not know how long I have been with the spirits. I do not know anything." He laughed. His laugh was rusty from disuse. It began as a cough, turned into a gasp, and finally became the wild laughter of a man who had discovered that his grave had been postponed. Scrooge ran to the window and threw it open. Cold air filled the room. Below, a boy in Sunday clothes was passing through the street. "You there?" The boy looked around. "What day is it?" "What day?" "Yes, boy, do not spend it all repeating the question." "Why Christmas Day?" "Christmas Day." The spirits had done it all in one night. Scrooge clasped his hands. Then a familiar voice spoke behind him. "You have plenty of time." Scrooge's smile vanished. The bedroom appeared empty. The voice continued. "There is no need to hurry. Dress yourself. Eat breakfast. Consider what amount would be sensible. A man should not make financial decisions in a state of excitement." It was the ghost of comfort present. Scrooge looked down into the street. "Do you know the poulterer's shop in the next road?" he called. "I should hope I do." "Is the great prize turkey still hanging in the window? The one almost as large as you?" "What, the enormous one?" "Yes, it is still there." Scrooge heard another whisper. "Cratchit will think you guilty of something." The ghost of Grudges passed. Scrooge ignored it. "Go and buy it." The boy laughed. "Walker." "No, no, I am serious. Bring the poulterer back with you and I will give you a shilling. Return in less than 5 minutes and I will give you half a crown." The boy ran. The three voices gathered. "They will not thank you properly. The turkey is unnecessarily large. One dinner will not save the child." Scrooge opened his mouth. The voices paused, waiting for an argument. Scrooge gave them none. He began to dress. That was the first thing he learned about the corrupting spirits. They were strongest during debate. Every minute spent answering them gave them another minute in which no good action occurred. So Scrooge stopped debating. The boy returned with the poulterer. Scrooge paid for the turkey and arranged for a cab to carry it to Camden Town. "I shall send it to Bob Cratchit," he said, laughing. "He will never know who sent it." "Then you will receive no credit." "Exactly." The turkey departed. Scrooge shaved. He put on his best clothes and stepped into the street. London was bright. The fog had lifted. Snow shone upon the roofs. Bells called people to church. Every face appeared worthy of greeting. Scrooge had not walked far when he saw one of the gentlemen who had entered his counting-house the previous day. The old impulse seized him. Cross the street. Avoid the man. Give later. Give anonymously. Give a smaller amount. The arguments arrived so quickly that they seemed to be his own thoughts. Scrooge hurried forward before they could finish. "My dear sir." The gentleman stopped. "Mr. Scrooge." "Yes, that is my name, and I fear it may not be pleasant to you. Allow me to ask your pardon." Scrooge whispered an amount into his ear. The gentleman stared. "Mr. Scrooge, are you serious?" "If you please, not a penny less. It includes many debts I have neglected. Will you do me that favor?" "My dear sir, I do not know what to say." "Do not say anything. It may give me time to reconsider." The gentleman seized his hand. Scrooge continued along the street. The ghost of comfort whispered that the sum had been excessive. The ghost of Grudges reminded him that the gentleman had looked suspicious before looking grateful. The ghost of Never to Mend informed him that charity would not erase his grave. Scrooge greeted 3 strangers and asked a child the way to Fred's house, though he knew it perfectly well. At the church door, he saw Bob Cratchit's youngest daughter holding her mother's hand. Scrooge nearly introduced himself, then decided against it, not because he wished to retreat, but because this was not yet his moment to enter their Christmas. There would be time if he used it. He arrived at Fred's house and stood outside. Laughter came through the door. The ghost of Grudges past spoke immediately. "They were laughing at you yesterday." The ghost of Comfort present added, "You were not expected. Your arrival will inconvenience the table." Christmas Never to Mend whispered last, "If Fred truly wanted you, he would have come again." Scrooge raised the knocker. He lowered it. The 3 voices became warm with approval. Then Scrooge understood that courage did not always feel like confidence. Sometimes courage felt exactly like humiliation, endured for 1 second longer. He knocked. A servant opened the door. "Is your master at home?" "Yes, sir." "Where is he?" "In the dining room, sir." Scrooge entered before fear could request an appointment. Fred stood at the head of the table. "Uncle." Scrooge held his hat in both hands. "I have come to dinner, if the invitation remains." For once Fred had no joke ready. His wife rose. The guests stared. Scrooge felt every year of his absence collect around him. "I understand if—" Fred crossed the room and embraced him. The embrace was so sudden that Scrooge nearly dropped his hat. "Uncle," Fred said, "you are very welcome." No one demanded an explanation. That mercy almost undid him. They gave him a chair. They gave him food. They repeated games he had seen as a shadow so that he could play them as a man. When Scrooge guessed a riddle correctly, he celebrated with such force that Fred declared him a danger to the furniture. He laughed. Not everyone trusted him immediately. One guest watched him with open suspicion. Fred's wife treated him kindly but carefully at first. A child hid behind a chair when Scrooge spoke. The ghost of Never to Mend seized upon each hesitation. "You see, they remember." Scrooge looked around the table. "So do I," he whispered. Remembering did not end the dinner. By the time he left, Fred's wife had pressed his hand warmly. The suspicious guest had discussed business with him, and the frightened child had taken a coin from his palm. Scrooge returned home late. The rooms were still large and dark, but they no longer seemed sufficient to contain his entire life. Before sleeping, he heard the 3 corrupting spirits. The ghost of Grudges said, "Tomorrow, Bob Cratchit will be late. Remember how often he has taken advantage of you." The ghost of Comfort said, "You have done a great deal today. You deserve rest from goodness." The ghost of Never to Mend said, "You will wake as the same man." Scrooge extinguished the candle. "Then I shall have to choose again," he said. Morning came. Bob Cratchit was late. Scrooge sat in the counting-house with the door open, watching the clock. His new intentions did not prevent irritation from rising within him. If anything, he was more irritated because the spirits had predicted it. Bob entered 18.5 minutes after the proper time. He removed his hat, hurried to his stool, and began writing as if speed might erase the clock. "Cratchit." Bob stood. "Yes, sir." "What do you mean by coming here at this time of day?" "I am very sorry, sir. I am behind my time." "You are?" "Yes, sir." "Come here." Bob approached. The old performance came naturally to Scrooge. His face hardened. His voice grew severe. The ghost of Grudges whispered, "He expects forgiveness because he has children." The ghost of Comfort added, Do not surrender authority merely because you are sentimental. The ghost of Nevertheless said, "Here you are again." Scrooge looked at Bob's frightened face. For one instant, he enjoyed the fear. That frightened him more than any ghost. "I am not going to stand this sort of thing any longer," he said. Bob's shoulders sank. "And therefore," Scrooge continued, "I am going to raise your salary." Bob stared at him. Scrooge stepped forward and struck him gently on the shoulder. "A Merry Christmas, Bob. A merrier Christmas than I have given you for many years. I shall raise your salary and assist your family. We shall discuss Tiny Tim's health this very afternoon." Bob glanced toward the ruler on his desk. Scrooge understood. "I am not mad." Bob continued looking at the ruler. "Not entirely mad," Scrooge amended. "Put more coal on the fire before you write another letter. Then go and purchase another coal scuttle." Bob's eyes filled. "Thank you, sir." Scrooge turned away quickly. He discovered that receiving gratitude was almost as uncomfortable as offering an apology. The change did not end there. Scrooge found a physician for Tiny Tim and paid the expenses. He increased Bob's wages. He reduced the pressure on several debtors and discovered, to his surprise, that mercy did not immediately destroy the British economy. He visited Fred regularly. He gave money privately and publicly. He learned the names of people whose existence he had previously entered only as expenses. But he did not become perfect. That must be understood. There were mornings when he awoke in an ill humor. There were afternoons when he counted the cost of generosity and felt the old panic closing around his heart. There were occasions when he spoke sharply to Bob, suspected a poor man unfairly, or refused an invitation for no better reason than habit. On such days, the corrupting spirits returned. The ghost of Grudges past was especially clever. It reminded him of every insult and omitted every kindness. It could turn an unreturned greeting into betrayal and a disagreement into proof that affection had always been false. The ghost of comfort present visited whenever action became inconvenient. "You gave yesterday. Someone else will help. This is not your responsibility. You are tired." And the ghost of Christmas never to mend waited for every failure. "You see, you have not changed." At first, Scrooge believed that becoming good would silence them. It did not. Instead, he learned to recognize their voices. When he spoke cruelly, he apologized before pride could invent a justification. When he promised assistance, he provided it before comfort could recommend delay. When he failed, he began again before despair could declare the failure permanent. This proved far more difficult than waking on Christmas morning, and far more useful. Months passed. Winter loosened its grip upon the city. Spring rain washed the streets. Summer light entered the counting house, where 2 fires would have been unnecessary even by Scrooge's altered standards. Autumn came, and then another winter. Tiny Tim grew stronger. The finest physicians could not promise anything, but care, nourishment, warmth, and rest accomplished what neglect never would. The small crutch remained in use, though less often. Tim's face filled out and his laugh became louder. Scrooge became a second father to him. The phrase embarrassed Scrooge when he first heard it. He objected that a child could not require 2 fathers, and that Bob already occupied the position competently. Tiny Tim solved the difficulty by taking Scrooge's hand. "I think a person may have as many fathers as there are men willing to love him like one." Scrooge had no business answer for that. On the following Christmas Eve, he closed the counting house early. Bob looked up in surprise. "We have completed the day's work," Scrooge said. "We completed it an hour ago, sir." "Then why are you still here?" "I was waiting for you to notice." Scrooge frowned. Bob smiled. For half a second, the ghost of Grudges whispered that the clerk was becoming disrespectful. Scrooge let the whisper pass. "Go home, Cratchit." "And you, sir?" "I am dining with Fred. Tomorrow, I believe I have been commanded to appear at your house." "Yes, sir, Mrs. Cratchit has commanded it." "A formidable woman." "So I have always thought." Scrooge reached for his coat. "Bob." "Yes, sir." "Thank you." Bob blinked. "For what?" Scrooge considered the question. "For being late last Christmas." Bob laughed. They left together. Outside, snow had begun to fall. The city shone with lamps. Carriages passed. Shop doors opened and closed. Somewhere, a group of children sang the same carol Scrooge had once forbidden Bob to hear. He stopped to listen. In the reflection of a dark shop window, 3 shapes appeared behind him. A small gray figure with a red ember upon its brow. A broad, pale figure wrapped in a comfortable coat. A hooded emptiness darker than the winter night. Scrooge turned. The street behind him was empty. Yet he knew they had not vanished from the world. They walked beside countless men and women. One kept old injuries polished and ready for use. One drew curtains against the suffering outside. One stood at the beginning of every difficult task and whispered that failure had already occurred. Scrooge could not destroy them. No man could. But he no longer mistook their voices for his own. He continued toward Fred's house. The gray spirit whispered, "They do not truly forgive you." Scrooge knocked upon the door. The pale spirit whispered, "You have done enough." Scrooge entered. The dark spirit whispered, "It will not last." Scrooge embraced his nephew. He understood at last that goodness was not a feeling safely possessed. It was a choice made repeatedly, often without certainty, occasionally without gratitude, and never with a guarantee that tomorrow's choice would be easier. A man did not become good because the darker voices fell silent. He became good because, whenever they spoke, he acted before they could finish. Fred's children ran to meet him. Bob and Mrs. Cratchit arrived soon afterward. Tiny Tim came between them, walking carefully but without his crutch for the first time. Scrooge saw him and stopped. Tim crossed the room. Each step was slow. Each step was uncertain. Each step was his own. When he reached Scrooge, the old man knelt and embraced him. Around them rose laughter, conversation, music, and the clatter of a Christmas feast. No ledger could measure it. No contract could secure it. No lock could preserve it forever. That was precisely why it mattered. Tiny Tim lifted his glass. Scrooge lifted his. And so, as Tiny Tim observed, God blessed them, everyone.